entitled Africa Reimagine. We are here to reimagine a new Liberia. We're not just reimagine a new Liberia, but reimagine the new Africa. The vision of somebody like Toure or what is happening in Liberia for that matter. So not in Liberia, but in Burkina Faso and other African countries, Namibia and all of that. So today we will be talking about all free government, okay, which will be the chapter one, the structure of our state, article one, which says all power is inherent in the people. All free government are instituted by their authority and for their benefits, and they have the right to alter, reform the same when their safety and happiness so required. In order to ensure democratic government, which responds to the wishes of the governed, meaning the people, okay, the people shall have the right at such period and in such manner as provided for under this constitution to cause the public servant to leave office and to fill vacancies by regular elections and appointments. Okay, folks, we are here to have a conversation with you today. All right. When it's number one, when we say we the people must first understand what power they have. Do our people understand the power that they have? Do we think so? If we think so, why then do they wait for every election cycle for them to be bribed, for them to be taken? Are they accomplices or is it out of ignorance? Here's why I'm saying this. In this country that I live, that many of us live, who sit here and give directives back home, telling our people to elect people who cannot produce, who brings nothing to the table. Okay. When the lives of Dr. Martin Luther King and Andrew Young then came to the scene those days, they created an institution. They created an institution to teach people about their rights and responsibility, about how to protest, about how to stand up for their right, and what was in it for them. It's Liberia in similar position. That said, we are live on the air in Mangibi, Monrovia, and few other counties, Babulu, I think that's what it's called, Basso, and those places. So I'm gonna bring on Anthony, who is in studio in Liberia, to elaborate and let us know where we are and just set the tune so we can go. Again, welcome to Second to Reimagine. Let's imagine a new Liberia that works for everyone, not for some people. Anthony. I can't hear you, Anthony. You got to unmute yourself.
Okay. Like I said, thank you. Thank you so much. Those of you who are following the show this evening, want us to welcome this second Thought Africa Reimagined. We're live on Radio Bluebird, 102.9 in District 5, Marjorie County. And like you heard, we're discussing a couple of issues here this evening. The growth of our country, uh, and setting the pace with how far other countries are going when it comes to infrastructure development, agriculture. What are the thoughts of the people as the 2025 senatorial by-election draws near in Nimba County? What are the thoughts of the voters who are anticipating to move to the polls on the 22nd and vote for their senator in Nimba County that's going to be replacing fallen hero Prince Johnson there in Nimba County. So we want to welcome. My name is Anthony Don, and live on the phone is Madam Yasendi Martin Page. She's live from the USA, and we're also live here from Liberia, specifically in District 5, Margibi County. So let me say thank you, Madam Page, and thanks to listeners who are following the show this evening. We're going to be opening the phone lines later on after our discussion, and you're going to phone in, give us your input, and the first three callers on the show tonight are going to be walking away with $30 with dollar cards each. The first three callers, so you can still to your radio, listen, and let's get your input at the end of the show. Basically.
Thank you, Anthony, for that. Again, everyone, my name is Jacindy Martin Beye. I am talking to you live from the home of Dr. Martin Luther King, Georgia. My goal here is to help you enlighten me as I enlighten you. We're here to learn from each other because we learn every day and no one is above learning. Now, so we're talking about what is happening in the country. Today, I want to play this video really quickly. And even last night, today, and before I say about the government, about your role as citizen, your role as individuals, your role as women, your role as young people, your role as men and as fathers, and as husbands, as grandparents, your role that will empower your children, especially your daughters, to stand tall, okay, to be able to navigate the rest of the world with confidence and equity and self-respect. That's what we're going to talk about today. How does this nation benefits? Okay, we started with this. All right, the structure of the government. All power is inherent in the people. My question again that I'm asking every time I come here, we ask you a question. Do we know what power we have? Today, I listened to one of the gentlemen that is running. Okay, and I'm gonna play that. How you call it? Giving out $100,000. Okay, they have $100,000 to give to you, but your children are sitting on blocks. Okay, $100,000 to give to you. Since the last election, they left. They have not shown up. You are on social media. Some of you begging for your kids to have chairs to sit in, or for their teachers to be paid. But we have $100,000 to dish out just in a moment of election. Now, and this is where I come to hold you, the electorate, accountable. We the people, power, because we give power. We give power, but do we know we have the power? So let me go ahead and play this.
100,000. Giving 100,000. 100,000, man. Not good. Okay. 100,000. Giving 100,000. 100,000, man. Not good. Okay.
So they're giving away 100,000. Okay. I don't know if it's in dollars. I don't know if it's in dollar or if it's in Liberian dollar or US dollar, but I know it's 100,000, whatever amount it is, or the 100,000, right? So you were speaking, Manu. About 2 years ago, you went to the pool. People came to you from everywhere. All the villages that didn't have road, they were all in those bushes and telling you we are the change. The other group say, give us a chance, we will do right by you. Some of them looted the state. This particular one looted the state. Now they came back and say you were hungry. They came to rescue you. Have you agreed? Because if you are taking money to vote, like I said, I was in Nimba, I was in Bon, a part of Grand Bassa County, Montserrato, Mangibi, all right? And people were selling their voting cards. What's strange is the people in the position of power in the government can go out and people not in government and buy people voting card from them. But then they're telling people they got fake voting cards or somebody else's picture is on the voting cards. 2017 at the foreign ministry, people were there. It was in the newspaper. Allegedly, with voting printing card machine that they were printing their own picture for voting. So we understand that the integrity of the electorate or the vote is compromised. And those in the corridor of power, because it benefits them, they have no intention of protecting the vote. No intention whatsoever. Okay, so the question now that I asked, and I can ask you to add your voice, guys, if you're out there, you want to come on, let me know. I want to know from you. If we say all power is inherent in the people, and all free government are instituted by the authority and for the benefit, meaning the benefit of the people, do they understand that the government works for them? Anthony, you're a young man in Liberia. Talk to me from your understanding and your peers and the older people up interior. Do they understand that the people are supposed to be working for them? Do they know? I'm going to put myself on mute while you come in. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. So like you said it right. Liberia is another country in West Africa that politicians have the mindset of influencing the minds of the people with cash. Weeks ago, we witnessed um, the fall of Senator Prince Johnson in Nimba County. And since that incident occurred, there have been controversy in Nimba County concerning who's going to take on the seat as the next senator of Nimba. And it has come to the heat where about 7 to 8 persons are vying for the seat at the Liberian Senate. Like I clearly said last week, if people would think that cash can influence the minds of Nimbanians, I don't see that possible. I don't see that possible. Nimba County, specifically Representative Kuga, who have received all the supports, all the endorsements, and is cognizant, he's optimistic that he's going to be elected as the next senator. I watched a video earlier on today, and I saw him presenting 100,000 Liberian dollars that he's never given to the people. In fact, in his district, presenting 100,000 Liberian dollars to citizens because he wants to be elected. I don't see that as a better strategy for this by-election. According to the fight that the voters are going to decide who is the next senator, I don't see it necessary that cash should influence the process. If you think you have worked, you've built your connections with the people, if you think you are more connected, you are closer to the people than your colleagues, I don't think you should be giving out money. Senator Prince Johnson, what I noticed, what I saw on his entire campaign trail, for the 3 times he contested, he did not give huge sum of money to voters, telling them open for me. He always used his influence. And the people knew that Senator Prince Johnson was a hero.
And so you can't leave the hero in a town and go and stand behind someone that have not even protected you from a bite of a cow fly. So for every time Senator Johnson went on campaign trail, he said to the people, if you don't want to vote for me, it's fine, but I don't have money to give you. You have seen what I've done for Nimba County. You've seen my contribution, my works over the period of time with a section of rescuing Nimba during the Civil War. You've seen what I've done for Nimba County. I've taken Nimba to the surface. I've given Nimba a seat, a place, a taste of the elephant. And so, because of his contribution, because of what he done for Nimba County and what he did for Nimba County, citizens entrusted Prince Johnson with the senatorial seat, time without numbers. So if you have built your connection over the time, if you have reached out to the citizens, you've encouraged them, you've talked to them, you've brought some things to them that can motivate them to mark you when they're voting behind the black club or the red club or whatsoever. They can imagine, they can feel your impact and elect you, not by using influence, money influence, cash influence on the minds of the people. And one thing we should know that there are first time, second time voters, people who voted 2023 election. It was the first
So
time, and they're voting
Anthony,
now.
Anthony, let me come in. Hold on, let me
Okay,
come in.
all right.
All right. So Anthony, the people can also surmise that that is not entirely the true statement, though, because majority of the people who are in power today, the black people, they give T-shirts, they give rice, they give money. I've been in Liberia for 2 election rounds, and I've seen that happen. Okay, the last election, people were in Nima collecting people voting cards for 500. I think Liberia had 500 or 5,000, whatever it was. Okay, that was not even, I don't think 10 or 25 US dollars, something like that, that they were giving the cards off for. Okay, and the excuse was, oh, the people can't will vote for them, then we see them again, so we take our own upfront. So, hey, Emmanuel, hey, Alfred. Now, and a lot of people are saying opposition is not together. You don't need opposition to be together. You need the Liberian people to stand up. Opposition togetherness is the story. The last I checked, when George we were in power, some of us stood up with a very UP. UP were dead. We spent our money, Mr. Cummings. We raised the money here. And we supported them when time came. The very people that are in power today lie. You're the Liberian people that were in the street pouring that man, calling him rogues, finger, insulting him, a well-made man. So we will stand up to what we know. If Liberian people know better, they will go out, on their own, and they will vote what is right. So for me, okay, like I tell everybody, the mirror has two faces. Prince Johnson a hero for some people, Prince Johnson a villain for some people. So, but I'm gonna leave it there. I'm neither here nor there at this point. I know where my journey is, and I'm gonna keep it there. But the question I keep asking the Liberian people and folks, about their in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we'll be taking calls from you. Do you know what your rights and responsibilities are as a citizen? Do you know the people you're voting for? They're only making laws to protect themselves and give themselves the money in the country, while you and your children line up, okay, and beg them. Do you know that there's very people that were living with you because you know them, all right? That today they are rich people only because you elected them. Do you know the power that's in your hand that you are giving it free? Do you even know what your power is? And we're starting with the structure of the Constitution, which is Article 1. That power, and I usually say this, which is of one of the famous quote that I know. Okay, power resides where power is recognized. If you think you don't have it, you don't have it. And power is given by the people. It is the people. Yes, chairman was he built that whole organization, paid for the lawyers, crafted the Constitution. When we signed it, when he took it from UA, there was no Constitution. He did all of that, paid for it, okay? Supported Yomli packed his bag and went to Grand Bassa County, were there, uh, installing solar lights. All of us were here on the internet, on the air, all over paying, collected money to get Darius DeLong elected, to get Yomli Kanga elected, to get a lot of people elected. And the very people turn around and lie on him. It's not that he had resources for him to go out and bring in advanced people from other countries. They would have locked him up, destroy him, everything that he worked for, that he earned. Among those, it's funny when I watch Liberian people call somebody thieves, when the whole freaking country is a bunch of rogues. For generations, 133 years, according to you, that's why we killed Tolbert. Rampant corruption. Corruption means stealing. Okay, nepotism, meaning discrimination, disenfranchisement. Okay, failure to respond to the masses in a timely manner, still happening, or worse, that they were not answering to the people who hired them, who they were working for. So the question again that begs an answer is, do you know the power that is in you? Okay. Are you benefiting from your country? Those are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. Anthony, I'm going to come back to you. Then I'm going to cycle back to me. Then we're going to take some calls the first 3 quarters. We're going to pull a minute on the phone and we're going to do it for the next week. And then we're going to take it from there. Guys, let people know we're here. We're going to have conversation. We're going to start inviting. I'm trying not to be, I think it's late and this young man is still in school. I think we're going to do, I'm going to talk to you in the back Thursday and maybe Saturday morning. That's what we're going to do. So you're not out in the night. I don't like that because I don't allow my kids to be out in the middle of the night. So I'm not going to. We'll find a schedule around your schedule. Okay. But go ahead, Kami.
So I said this last week during the presentation. If Liberians cannot stand up for themselves, Liberia will be going wayward. It is only Liberians that can change Liberia. You can't go take American men and bring American men here to change Liberia. You will not take the Lebanese man to bring here. In fact, he will come to exploit. He will come to do his business and raise money for himself. He's not going to change Liberia for you. You bring the Indian man here, he do the last thing, he can change Liberia for you. Because he has another plan about his country as well. So if we can work for ourselves, stand up and make our voices be heard, we are going to be taking the wrong turn with our future, with the future of our unborn generation. If we mess up anything today, it's not going to be fixed tomorrow. Because each and every one of you are building the foundation for your children. And if you can build the foundation on the right path, you are leading your children to a pit of no return. So, like you said, Liberians need to recognize their rights and responsibilities as citizens. You have the right to speak, freedom of speech. If you think your country is not going the way you expect it to go in a positive manner, stand up and speak for it. But just as you said, we have some of our family members, we have our brothers, our sisters who are out there, and whenever they observe issues as this, the first thing they're going to say that I'm in a representative. In fact, I'm not working in government. In fact, any way they want to do it, let them do it. That we still live in Liberia. Forgetting to know that you are on the path of building a foundation, not just for yourself, but for your future. A few days ago, we were talking about who we're going to elect as the next president. Just a few days ago, we were talking about who is going to be the next president of Liberia. And just a few days ago, President Joseph Boakai was elected as president in the presidential runoff elections. And instead of us putting on the full armor to work for ourselves, to critique the government to where they are wrong, we are there sitting patiently and waiting for 2029 to change the government.
No, Anthony. They don't want you to criticize even when you're wrong. They come under your post to insult you. They come under you to say you're jealous, you're angry. I'm angry, but I live in 24/7 air condition. I have a career, not a job. I have a career that I can always return to no matter where I go. And they don't see that. So and this is where we are. I see somebody writing on the here, Alfred, thank you so much. We definitely will be here Thursday evening. Tuesday we're still working. We're trying things out and see which work better here. So what we're gonna do now is Anthony, let's take a few calls, then we'll come back. And I want to know if our people understand the power that is within them, that these people continue to sabotage. According to our constitution, education is supposed to be free in Liberia. Supposed to be. Article 5 also talk about inclusion, okay, and desegregation and sectionalism and nepotism and gender disenfranchisement. It talked about all of that in our constitution. Better yet, let me just read it quickly. It says, Article 5, the Republic shall, in strengthening the national integration and unity of the people of Liberia, regardless of ethnic, regional, and other differences, into one body politics. And the legislature shall enact law promoting national unification and the encouragement of all citizens to participate in government. All citizens to participate in government. Preserve, protect, and promote positive Liberian culture. Positive Liberian culture. It says, ensure that traditional value which are compatible with public policies and national progress. National progress, folks. It is said to take backwardness are adopted and developed as an integral part of growing needs of Liberian society. Take steps by appropriate legislature and executive order to eliminate sectionalism, tribalism, and such abuse of power as the misuse of government resources, nepotism, and all other corruption. That's Article 5 right there. So when I hear this man, what his name? Koga say women should not participate in election because it is reserved for a particular person, that it is a woman cannot hold that. I don't very much care about him, but that for me was a tipping point.
You ever hear a woman can also? That woman that come there will lure us inside them. She will never spy in my country. That tell you, that tell respect the whole culture. I say the man who die, that the hero of the country. They say woman will replace it. You not see it before? You not see it before?
Did you hear him? I want to see this. I'm gonna play this. He said, I would say there's more in the minor sector because they have more tradition. Our tradition can't, what he's talking about, the minor people tradition does not disrespect us.
Never allow it to
Does
happen.
not
The
disrespect
player
women.
was selecting more in the
Okay.
minor sector because they get more society than us. I'm going to tell the head of them there to say, you know, what I can do here, you tell me.
And that is correct. The minor people have more society than them. And the minor society does not disrespect women. It does not put women in jail. In fact, it amplifies women. That's why when a male wife or the people go to the zoo bush, the men stay and on the lookout with their ears to the wall, making sure the wives and the daughters are safe. And they follow this culture and tradition. So the tradition has nothing to do with the structure of the government and constitution. The constitution also that anything that you do that is traditional must be in the interest of the population and should be in the interest of progress. Okay, not ancient and antiquated idea to suffocate or to deny other people their rights, and that's exactly what it is. This is it. Okay. Um, the legislature writes a law that say if you're going to be in an appointed position before you decide to run, you got to declare and leave your position for 2 years before. None of them have ever followed it. Not even the legislature. The legislature made laws to um to increase their salary. Although teachers have not been paid, teachers don't even make $300 a month. Majority of the teachers are on voluntary basis, and I think all of this intentional. It's the system that they built. They open it every now and then, let somebody in who have also succumbed, sell their soul to them. All right. I'm hearing, I'm hearing lots of women, okay, saying they're gonna support Koga. Why are they supporting Koga? And because Jeremiah Kuhn is supporting Koga, because Koga and Jeremiah Kuhn in 2029, they will be running, so they will be supported. So they think these men will show up for them. Okay. Number one, most of them have to drop their drawers. Number two, I'm just saying that that's the fact. That's the Liberian society. If they're not already in it, okay, they have to get something. And most of them will not even support them. We watch when we literally save UP from dying. Like a destiny, we took them, breathe into them, pay for everything. Some of them, Mr. Cummings, were paying their bills. We were collecting money here, hundreds of thousands of dollars at the time. When they found the 40 and found their breath, they lied. Papa Puaka sat on what do you call it, on in a court and and and, and lied on the oath. Then when you tell Liberian people say you can't tell old people you lie. What do you tell old people when old people lie? That's the thing with the culture. A lie is an adjective that describes a noun. Okay? A behavior of a person. It's not an insult. Has never been an insult, especially as me as an educator. Then we say, oh, the person lie. When we keep and shattering things and they continue to grow, it continue to grow. And I'm going to speak to Liberian people, those of you who have daughters, okay? Those of you who have daughters, okay? You only can get somebody's daughter. Her father found value in her. Okay? Ellen Johnson Sally, that's somebody's daughter. When y'all was screaming about Charlene Bronski, she's somebody's daughter. For y'all sitting down and somebody telling y'all your own daughter will not come anywhere, especially the one that you people have educated. And I like other people in the race, but that particular word from Koga, who you've given almost 3 turns, you have elected him 3 times, and he had not shown you anything that he has done for you, just in one district. But he's telling you he can change your life. Um, Anthony, take about 3 minutes or 2 minutes talk. Let's take some calls, please. And guys, we're live in Liberia on Radio Bluebird. Okay. What 101.5? Is that it?
102.9.
You can
102.9.
102.5 Radio Bluebird. Okay.
Yeah.
102.5. Go ahead.
102.9.
Go ahead. To
102.
the call. Yes.
All right. So like you said, Yomlikanga Lawrence took over from a male in Grand Bassa County. She did not just sit when she participated in the by-election. She also contested to regain the seat properly. She's a female. If we want to see female women support the country, they should not be disrespected. Like I said last week, Koga did not just disrespect Madam Ida Gongo Ware. He also disrespected the entire female in Nimba County. If a person is qualified to take on the mantle of authority of a seat in a county, I don't think that should be a crime. And more besides, there is nowhere in our law that says that when a male was leading the country or his county or his district as a lawmaker or an elected official, when that male dies, it means that man will take over. We're not running a monarchy form of government here. We are practicing and living by a democratic form of government where everyone's rights must be respected, regardless of your gender, your religion, or whosoever you are. Once you meet the criteria for that position, I think you should have the right, you should have the full authority to go for it or to take it. But putting stagnation on a person's right, a female for that matter, is quite insane from Koga. And like Madam Colley said last week, I think he will need to rethink and retract the statements he made against Madam Ware in Nimba County, as we have just few days to election. So like you said, I don't know whether we should take the calls now. People who are following would like to make input this evening on Radio Bluebird 102.9 FM. We are here in in Tucker's Farm, Colonel District 5, Margibi County. And we are here on Second Thought Africa Reimagined, talking about a couple of issues that affects you as a citizen, you as a Liberian. What do you make of the discussion? Those of you who are following the first 3 callers that are going to call this evening are going to work with Dollar in their phone. So call us this evening on 0775 102 102 0775 102 or better still 0880 7407 0880 7407. Call this evening. Let's get your input. As a Liberian, what is your responsibility? If your country isn't going the way it's supposed to be, what do you think you can do? What should you do? What are you supposed to do as a citizen in making sure your country gets on the right path? With a situation that goes beyond your control, do you think you need to sit down and rethink your decision as a citizen in the coming election? Do you think a female should take over? Do you think it is against the right of a human in Liberia as a citizen to be fight because she or he wants to take on a position, an elected position in his or her country? That person is qualified to take such position? What is the take on the discussion this evening? We're discussing about Representative Koga's statement. Liberian, what are your thoughts? What are your responsibilities as a citizen in your country? Do you still remember your responsibility as a citizen, or you are just living as an eyewitness, a spectator? Are you a participant in decision making in your country? Call us this evening on 0775 102 102. A second thought, Africa Reimagined. Call us on 0775 102 102 0880667407. These are the call lines this evening. You can call and make your input on the show with these topics as our discussion here this evening. So, Manapa, you can go while we call us this evening.
Tonight, it looked like we're a little late. All right. So, a lot of people say this is a NEMA election. And what I need to tell you, that it's not a NEMA election. This is a Liberian election. NEMA does not have an election. Here's why. Because you have a unitary state, right? You have a unitary state. Everything is centralized. And because all of the head of your agency in Liberia is appointed by or as appointed by your president. Okay. So the decision that is made by the legislature is collective. As such, all of the vote, if you cannot vote directly in Nima County, that vote will still impact you. Today, almost a year ago, the very Koga and the rest of your lawmaker that call themselves majority group, okay, have been the one that have held this country hostage for almost a year. At the same time, taking money here and taking money there, doing whatever they want to do with it while you struggle. Okay, while you struggle. So yes, you cannot say this is yes. The people that can vote are located in Nima County, but you can also vote indirectly by hiding your voice because the decision that they make will impact all of us. That is the fact, because the decision is collective. Okay, and I think I read this here the other day, and I'm going to read again, and I think it's going to be also, I'm trying to look forward to that. I will have a publication tomorrow in the newspaper, and then I'm going to endorse who I'm going to endorse when that is done. I just want you to know that. Okay, I will have publication. Yes, I've been in the newspaper many times. I've been in the news many times because it's what I do. So I'm going to read to you why this is important, why this is so important. Okay, and this is, and I'm going to read straight. I'm not going to stop if I'm going to say. I said we must all get involved in the unitarist form of government, like Liberia. The concentration of power at the national level makes it critically important for all citizens to take an active interest in the election of public officials, especially the president and members of the legislature. The central government holds the majority of the decision-making authority, and the individual elected to those positions, okay, to those positions play a critical role in shaping the nation directions. Okay, the president, as the head of the executive branch, not only enforce law but also appoint key officials across government institutions, including judiciary, which would be your judges. Okay, judiciary, which significantly influence the balance and fairness of justice in the country. The Liberian legislature, whose decisions are made collectively, play a crucial role in lawmaking oversight and budget approval. However, without the active participation of informed, the key word is informed voters, the legislative branch risks becoming disconnected from the needs and aspiration of the people it serves, at least it's supposed to serve. Moreover, the president's authority to appoint over 4,000 public officials, including judges, ministers, and head of government agencies. This role underscores the far-reaching impact of presidential election. These appointments shape Liberia public, what do you call it, public policy, service delivery, and the overall effectiveness of government institution affecting every Liberian. Okay, so I want you to know we are all in this together. This is not one person. Okay, okay. Every Liberian, regardless of social or economic status, as with the upcoming senatorial by-election in Nimakande approach, okay, it is imperative that all Liberians, particularly the president, I mean the residents of the region, engage thoroughly and responsibly in electoral process. All right. Choosing a senator is not just about selecting a representative. It is about choosing a voice in the national dialogue who will advocate for development, justice, and accountability for all Liberians. Okay. For all Liberians who may not be eligible to vote. Okay, whether due to age, displacement, and other circumstances. That said, remember, your voice is your vote, okay? Your voice and your resources still matter. Advocacy, civic education, financial support to the most prepared candidate, and public discourse are powerful tools for shaping the decision that will impact all of us. That is how you can vote indirectly by influencing the environment in which choices are made and leaders are selected. Let us all take ownership of Liberia's future through both direct and indirect means and commitment to building a more inclusive and accountable nation. We can do it without you. We can. We can. We all have to do this together.
Definitely. So those of you who also following online, you can also call us and make your input on 0775 102 102 088 call us and walk away with a dollar card in your phone. And
Okay.
call us, make
So
your
if we don't
input.
have it, fine.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we're here up to 12 o'clock this um, evening. We live here on Radio Bluebird.
That's okay. We're advertised, and I don't know if it's on. We're advertised more. Are we on the air though, Anthony?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Somebody just wrote, Edith have won all the elections that she have been in. She have been cheated. She have won. Literally, she has won. She has the number. The last election, she came second. The one where she and Prince Johnson, she came second. They said the one before that, she came second. So for anybody to come and say she need to take a step back and look at herself, I don't know what that means, okay? But that is ludicrous, in my opinion. All right, that is completely out of this world. So let's go back with the negativity. The I, as a woman from the Makane, okay, you can support anybody else, but I won't support Koga. Okay, we're stuck on tribes. We're stuck on political party. We're stuck on gender, even if we don't qualify. And for one to outright come on and say women are not qualified, that's backwardness. We just saw somebody daughter came from space. In fact, where you and I using today, the graphical user interface, women created it. Do you want to know some of the creation of women that you are using, that Koga you are using and helping you communicate? So we're going to take this and we're going to close this this evening. I'm going to let me continue here. So since we didn't get any call tonight, like I said, we need to make arrangement. We're new on the air in Liberia. Okay. We do Wednesday diaspora. We try to do, like I said, I wouldn't want this young man out there, you know, in the middle of the night in Liberia as things are. But Thursday night definitely will. Maybe then Friday he can stay home because he have to go to work, you know, Saturday. But we'll look for the schedule. We're coming on to you. We want to hear from you. So tonight you even refuse some money on your phone. I guess money is flying all over in Liberia at this point, right? They're entering the coffers. If the government coming to power had done what it's supposed to be doing for the people, they will not be, the people will run the campaign for them. I always say this. When you empower the people will empower the nation. When you empower the people will build a nation. Leadership, I'm doing well. Leadership starts from the top, development starts from the bottom. In any nation that had developed, those who developed it were intentional. The leaders, they didn't start eating first. The leader ate last after they would have built their country. When you go to South Korea, okay, when Han Park decided that he would build South Korea, he started with the bottom of the bottom. When FDR decided that he was going to change America the way it was, he started with the young people, okay? He started by giving millions of young people jobs, low-skill jobs, because they would spend the money in the economy. That's how he started. That's how he was able to help the Great Depression in America to come to an end. Efanso, thank you so much. Efanso, after the show, please call me. I need to talk to you. Okay? When you go to Singapore, the story is the same. When you go to Rwanda, the story is the same. Jerry Rawlings and Kwame Nkrumah, the story is the same. Okay? Patrice Lumumba, the story is the same. Any nation that have developed will tell you they first developed the human capital. You cannot neglect your people. Buy yourself $1 million worth of cars that in 2 years will be gone when your teachers have not been paid. All the best nations in the world, you will find out they have some of the highest literacy rates. When South Korea first came to the scene, they didn't know what they had at the time. But at least at the time, they assumed they didn't have natural resources. Since they did not have natural resources, they decided they will pump their funding into education, into specialization. Most of your oil refinery used to be done in South Korea. South Korea came from, I think, 1969, 1968. from the 71 cent GDP per capita, okay, to almost 40K GDP per capita. So if Liberia want change, they have to be change in leadership. They have to be changed in mindset. They have to be changed in the things you prioritize. You have to make sacrifice. You can't enter the whole country. Most of the nation around the world are cutting back, but Liberian leaders are spending and they're buying. So I would say to all of you, this has been the Tuesday edition of Second Thought. We're still examining. Our Thursday is starting, but our Tuesday is new. So I'm not sure we're going to continue the Tuesday because I really don't want this young man, because he got to go to school tomorrow. And I will hear he needs to be studying. So I want to say thank you for those of you who listen tonight. Hopefully you can start thinking about how do I contribute to my country? How do I stand up? How do I make a small sacrifice? How do I start examining people who be leader, who want to lead? All of us know, everybody, Liberia is a small place. You all know somebody who knows somebody running in your community. It's your business to know. It's all of our business to know everybody that running in all of the counties, because Liberia is a unitary state. The decision is collective. And the power is centralized. And who we choose as president. Okay? So that's it. I'm going to say good night. Again, this is Jacindy Martin Player. Will be a Thursday night, and I will be making my own endorsement. Anthony, you want to take us home?
Thank you to those of you who've been listening to us since 11 o'clock this evening. This has been Second Thought Africa Reimagined, and we've been live here on Radio Bluebird 102.9 FM in Konola District 5, Margibi County. And I would also like to say welcome to Madam Alice Besa back to Liberia after some month away from home. She's back with the Margibi Women Alliance for Peace and Development. April 27th, that's the 26th, is going to be the official launch. And we hope and pray that Star is going to be live on that program in Kakata City. It's the conglomeration of women from different parts of Margibi coming together under one umbrella, making sure the women voices in Margibi are heard at once. So thanks for following those of you who tried reaching us, but it was unfortunate. We want to say catch us on Thursday, same time, same station, right here. My name is Anthony Dine. Thanks for listening. Bye bye from mine.
So we're quarter on night. All right, we're gonna turn this up. There we go. For those of you who follow us tonight, thank you so much for being here. God bless. We will see you Thursday night, same time, right here on Radio Bluebird. Okay, thank you so much. And please think about what we just discussed tonight. Think about your role in building your nation. Then think about your sacrifices. Think about how do you learn more about your country, about your right and responsibility to be a good citizen? Because it's a duty. Those are what you need to consider. And start selling the future of our children in our nation. And choose people based on competence. But that also means the government must invest in the people, especially the next generation of leaders. That's the same that goes. If you want to know, Confucius said, if you want to know the future of the nation, see how it treats its current generation. That said, I would say good night to all of you.